He's fiscally conservative and socially cool. GQ magazine described him as absurdly honest and smart. Gary Johnson isn't the norm in politics. He's the future.
That's an ad by a PAC. Libertarian Gary Johnson running for office again. He famously came in third in the 2016 presidential election, getting almost 4.5 million votes and 3.3% of the national vote, the highest for a third-party candidate since Ross Perot in 1996. Many accused he and Green Party candidate Jill Stein of playing spoilers in a race decided in the Electoral College by slim margins in a handful of swing states. With the midterm less than 3 months away, Johnson has jumped into the Senate race in his home state of New Mexico, where he served 2 terms as governor. He was nominated by the party this month after the previous Libertarian candidate withdrew. Johnson is running against incumbent Democratic Senator Martin Heinrich and Republican construction contractor Mick Rich in what had previously been thought to be a safe Democratic seat. Does he have a shot despite his late entry? Well, the 538 blog posted this story. Could a Libertarian win a Senate race this year? Suggesting that Johnson has already surpassed Rich as the choice of both Republicans and independents. Gary Johnson joins me now. Hey, Governor, great to have you back. Fiscally conservative and socially cool. Yeah, thank you. But here's the point, right? There are fiscal conservatives in Washington. There are socially cool representatives in Washington, but there's nobody who's both. Is that your void?
Well, what's at stake here is potentially being the swing vote in the Senate. So if you've ever heard me talk about running for the U.S. Senate, I've said no way. It's a job about bellying up to the trough. And the last thing we need is more spending in Washington. We should reduce the size and scope of the federal government. Deficit this year is going to be $1 trillion. Look, if deficit spending were the key to success, Zimbabwe would be the center of the universe.
The question I'm trying to get at, though, is that in my travels, and you may say that this is a reflection of where I live or where I go, I don't think so. I meet people who are fiscally prudent, socially liberal, but you just don't see representatives in Washington who bridge those two worlds. Why not?
Well, that was my pitch running for president, and I really did put it on the line. I did run for president. Why not? The largest political affiliate, and I know you talk about this all the time, Michael, you really are the voice for where's the representation when 45% of Americans are registering as independent. That's the way it is in New Mexico. So you've got to, paraphrasing George Washington, he said, if this country ever devolves into political parties, we're done for. That it should be about independent people getting into office, getting out, making their contribution. I'm a firm believer in term limits. I think that would be a silver bullet. But hey, where's the independent representation that I believe are fiscally conservative and socially don't give a damn as long as what you do in your life doesn't adversely affect mine?
Did you wait too long to get into this race?
Michael, this came as a complete surprise. This was Aubrey Dunn's idea, the Libertarian nominee for Senate in New Mexico. Total surprise. He came to me 6 weeks ago. He said, I'd like to drop out and I'd like you to be my replacement. I think you have the possibility of winning. And we looked at it, and that possibility exists.
I don't think I've heard Governor Johnson assess the Trump presidency since the election of 2016. So take 30 seconds or 60 seconds and lay it out for me. How does Gary Johnson see the presidency of Donald Trump?
Well, so as the swing vote, the fact that taxes got reduced, terrific. The fact that rules and regulations have been knocked down significantly, and I think they will continue to be knocked down. Look, that's a good thing. If regulations only add time and money to our lives and don't really do anything else, isn't that a good thing? But where's the spending reduction to go along with this? His words regarding immigration and the border and building a wall, I completely disagree with. We're a country of immigrants. And bottom line, I don't think he tells the truth. There's a lack of integrity with Donald Trump. And that's what I've built my career on, is telling the truth and having integrity and let it lay. Look, we're all human beings, and I'm a human being. I think I was born with an overdose of common sense. That doesn't appear to be the case with Donald Trump. Good, bad.
You know the prospect exists that Democrats retake the House and have an impeachment vote, throwing it to the Senate where you hope to serve. Have you thought through the prospect of Gary Johnson sitting in the Senate as there's an impeachment trial for President Donald Trump?
And that's what excites me about the job. That's what excited me about having been governor of New Mexico for 2 terms, looking at both sides of these equations. And as governor, look, ultimately I sign or veto legislation. I may have vetoed more legislation than the other 49 governors in the country combined, but I really enjoyed that process, and I think I ruled over that process with just common sense. I think the people of New Mexico saw that, and that's right now what I'm reaping. I'm reaping a lot of good seeds that I've sown in New Mexico my entire life. Donald Trump, on the other hand, I think the seeds he's sowing right now are going to have some negative implications for all of us for decades to come.
Hey, Governor, nice to have you back. Thank you for being here.
Michael, thank you so much. Thank you for being this voice in the middle. Look, it's somewhere in the middle. It's purple. I wore my purple shirt. Did you notice?
I did notice. Looks good on TV, by the way. Thanks, Governor.
Thank you.